Miss Jackson? Okay. So I don't know. She probably coming. Go to speaker. I'll try after. Okay, yes. All right, we're gonna go to the speaker. All right, Dr. Pitts, I want to thank you for being patient with us tonight and joining us on this much needed conversation about healing and hustling and definitely the journey. Okay, so let me introduce Dr. Casual Pitts. He is a serial entrepreneur. He is the founder of the Real Entrepreneur reality TV show. He is the manager of Connect MD, and he's also the author of Mindset, a guide of a guide to goal setting. He is a powerhouse who has built a platform for dreamers and doers to be seen and heard. Dr. Pitts, we are honored to have you. Please share what inspired you. What's your mindset? Could you give us some information and bless us tonight?
Chosen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome, Dr. Pitts. How you
Okay.
feeling?
Look, I feel amazing listening to the stories. I want to just thank you guys. You guys actually expound upon the 8 things that are important when it comes to mental health. And those 8 things are number one, sharing your story. And especially when you get to a place where you're comfortable, right? So being able to do that on a platform like this has let everybody that is watching this know that this is a safe space, not only for them, but for the ones that are watching futuristically, or be able to watch this and say, you know what, there are safe spaces for me to be able to share my story. The second tip is educating yourself and others about how important mental health is. I was able to hear the stories about what people went through in their lives and what got them to where they're at now. And one of the things that I would advise you guys to understand is that, everyday life itself can have a mental stigma no matter what you do. It's all about what you give life to as to where and how strong that that mental health issue can grow onto you, right? And I think one of the things that I've done so relatively well is that when things may seem like a trauma or may seem like it can cause me to go into a different direction, identify it. And when you can identify it and know that, hey, this is just not right because God didn't make me like this. God didn't give me this, and understanding that for every issue, there's a solution. And I think once you acknowledge that and then you start to add the things that's needed, it you won't allow that issue, whether you want to put mental in front of it or anything, to grow, right? Things promoting open conversation. I think that relative web platform for us to have an open dialogue and open is extremely important.
Oh, we do know that
Can
Dr.
you,
Pitts, he
okay,
is
you
on the
guys hear me?
yes,
Okay,
we can hear you.
okay. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I am driving, so I apologize if I'm going out. But follow healthy boundaries, and I think this is something that we have to really work on doing, is really creating boundaries for ourselves that call for. Did I come back in?
You're back in now. So we just missed the very last sentence. Sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to help.
Okay, guys. So I'm back. Sorry about that. So, what I was talking about was setting boundaries, and setting those boundaries is what causes you to be open to whoever it is, whether it be a friendship or a businessship, relationship. When you set those boundaries to those individuals, because I don't know what I don't know about you, right? So if there's something that I do, I'm doing it. I'm not doing it maliciously because I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what you've gone through. So putting yourself in a position to pull somebody to the side or engage with somebody to be open to let them know, hey, look, this is a trauma for me because of what I've gone through, right? And that's how you model healthy boundaries. The fifth one is support access to resources. That's something I'm going to talk about here at the end for you guys, where whatever resources that are available to you, again, for choosing to put something like this together, this could potentially be a resource for somebody to say, oh, okay, well, I've gone through this and this is how they handled it. So this may be a resource or a tool that I now can use, right? Um, the sixth tip is champion policy change, right? And what does that mean in regards to like understanding that what you've gone through and what you're going through is not your permanent position, right? So you have to challenge yourself to overcome certain things. Yes, it's going to be rough. Yes, it's going to be tough. But if you don't give up and you keep going, at some point, whatever you're going through will break. The seventh tip is collaborate with experts. Now, I'm not considering myself to be a mental health expert, but I am an advocate for mental health, right? So I'm not a mental health therapist, but I believe that having a therapist or having a counselor or having somebody that you can speak to or talk to in regards to mental health is extremely vital in your life. And it doesn't mean because you have a counselor, because you have an advocate, that you're going through mental health issues. I want you to think about something. I'm an entrepreneur full time. Been an entrepreneur full time since I was 7. I'm 40 now. But because I help so many people, I speak to a counselor weekly just to reset my mind. Because while I'm pouring out to people, I need somebody else to pour back into me, right? So it's important that I have somebody that I can just speak to let some of these things out, to be able to get them off my chest and off my mind. So going into my next week or month, I now know that I'm capable of being able to help somebody. And then the last one is lead by example, right? And I think, again, I commend Chosen by doing this. She's leading by example to say, hey, I am not perfect, and nobody on this call, including myself, is perfect, right? We've been through things that causes us to be able to give guidance, give levels of expertise, share our stories, share our testimonies, and share some of the things that we've done to overcome the things that we needed to do, right? With that being said, I now want to give you guys 8 actionable steps now to move forward in your journey as you guys continue to heal. And here's the thing, guys, don't ever stop a healing journey, right? I believe that every day, every week, every month, you should be rejuvenating yourself to some degree. So you should always be on a journey of healing and growing, because that's how you're going to get to your next level, no matter what you do in life. So the first actionable step is listen without judgment. When somebody is speaking about their issues of what they're going through, you can just pay attention, be more attentive when people are around you and how they release certain things to you. Be open. Be open to understand. Don't be so quick to judge somebody. Listen without judgment. The second actionable step is encourage professional help. And again, I'm going to give you guys a very advocated resource at the end here, but you want to be able to encourage professional help, right? Again, I mentioned that you don't, just because you have a mental health therapist doesn't mean that you're going through mental health issues. And I think people use that word and think that somebody who's going through mental health is, they're a crazy person, right? And that's not what that means, right? It means, hey, listen, I'm just going through so much in my life. I really need somebody to speak to. And the reason why you want to encourage professional help is because you would have more trauma if somebody came to you with something and you didn't listen to them and you judge them, and then that night they commit suicide. You would not be able to live with yourself. That's why mental health is a issue when it comes to people not paying attention to when somebody is going through something, right? The third actionable step is check in regularly. Whoever is your accountability partner, whoever is your advocate, make sure that you check in regularly. And here's the thing, guys, I get it and I understand that, people may not be somebody that you want to babysit, But God puts us on this earth to serve. And sometimes we have to serve when it's uncomfortable. We have to serve when we don't want to, because you never know when you need to be served. The next actionable step is educate yourself. Guys, mental health has been around since God knows when. As a matter of fact, if you just go back to all of the just some of the history of some of the great artists, musical artists, you've read the stories where a lot of those individuals have committed suicide, and we're talking about people who could sing the roof off coliseums and things like that, right? Because you never know what somebody is going through. Just because it looks good to the other person doesn't mean that they're going there, that it's good on their side, right? Another actionable step is offer practical support, right? And what does that mean? Help with daily tasks, right? Be that accountability partner for somebody, especially if they're going through what they're going through. The sixth actionable step is respect their boundaries. Very, very important. This is the reason why you want to understand and know somebody's personality. Be open to apologizing. You don't know how powerful that is when you just say to somebody, "Hey, listen, I'm sorry if I offended you, or if I said something that you didn't like. I'm sorry," right? Why? Because you're putting yourself in a posture to let somebody know that you're not perfect. You're human. The next actionable step is promote healthy habits, right? Healthy habits. Don't be so quick to get angry because somebody has said something to ruffle your feathers, right? Just get it. And sometimes that can be hard, but this is where you develop that healthy habit at, right? Go back, process it, ask God to say, how do I deliver this in a way where I don't snap back at this person? Because if I snap back, then something else may come up out of me that I just don't want to emerge, right? And I get it. It's easier said than to be done. And that's the reason why I said promote healthy habits. And last but not least, know your crisis resources. And that's one of the ones I want to share with you guys today. We have a platform that Chosen, that Jamie is a part of, Contrella is a part of. We have a healthcare membership that's not insurance, and it gives our members access to free mental health. They also are able to add up to 7 people on the membership with no additional cost. Their health, their medications for mental health are absolutely free. And that's why this program and this resource is extremely powerful. And again, Chosen, I just want to say thank you for being able to put something like this together, because something like this with the title of mental health, while you may think that is easy, it's not easy, right? And I commend all you ladies that have came to the platform as panelists and as speakers to share your story. Definitely have been an inspiration for me, and a resource for me to be able to point other young women to say, hey, go listen to this, go follow these women, because they've overcome something that you're probably trying to overcome. So again, Chosen, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I'm here for Q&A for as long as you guys need me.
And thank you so much, Dr. Pitts. I know that you are traveling. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join and speak with us and share your knowledge with us today. And I have been able to use the ConnectMD. Okay, I use it all the time, at least once a week. I call in and I'm speaking personally to a mental health therapist. So I can say it. I'm not crazy, even though people want to call me crazy sometimes. I'm not. But I think it's important that we do have a safe space to go and share and just release. And sometimes you just don't want everybody, in your business, but it takes the courage for you to speak up and to heal through it. Okay, absolutely. Okay, so without further ado, Dr. Pitts, I want to thank you for